My wife is the bravest person that I know. Which is kind of ironic when you think about it because she's the one who every other day tells me how proud she is of me and how brave I am. But it always feels a little weird to me when she says that because from my perspective, she is so much braver than me. And in order to kind of explain why she's the bravest person I know, I need to kind of compare us side by side. So, first, there's me. Yeah, okay, stage 4 cancer, incurable. Doctors tell me, there's nothing we can do aside from just buy more time. And if you look at the, history for the last 6, 7 months, things have been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And the fact that I'm remaining positive through most of those things, and the fact that I believe I will be cured, and the fact that I'm, doing all these things to try to encourage and motivate other people and share my stories and everything could be interpreted as brave. I don't deny that. But to me, it's not because I'm in this situation and not doing those things, not being me, is simply not an option. Giving up is not an option because the alternative is death. So I'm just stuck in this crappy situation trying to make the most of it because I don't really have a choice. So to me, even though from the outside perspective it can seem brave, to me it doesn't feel brave. It just feels like this is who I am, this is the situation I'm in. I'm going to try to make the most of it. Whereas my wife, on the other hand, literally, she doesn't have that same pressure on her. And what I mean by that is she's not stuck in this situation. She's not the one who's sick. She's not the one whose life is literally hanging in the balance. And I'm not saying that to diminish what she's going through. I know that in many ways, what she's going through is much more difficult than what I'm going through for that exact reason, for the fact that it's not happening to her. She's sort of partly outside of this situation, and as a result of that, can't really interact with it, can't really have a direct impact. Yes, she can because she's always there to support me and love me and encourage me. And, I say that she's my cure because I know that without her in my life, I wouldn't be able to go through this. I wouldn't be strong enough to do it. And the reason why, to me, she's the bravest person I know is because of that. Because of everything. The fact that she's 6,000 kilometers away, yet she's doing everything in her power to help me and support me and try to help me to heal. There's also the fact, the knowledge that she could, if she decided to, completely break off all contact with me and there would be nothing that I can do short of flying over there and confronting her. So she could at any moment just bail and there would be no consequences. I know she would never do that. I know it's impossible for her to do that. She loves me and it's just, we've had not this exact conversations, but we've had conversations where we've explored different options and I know that she would never be able to do that. But she has that option. And that is exactly why she's so brave. I'm stuck in this situation. I'm trapped. Failure means death. Fighting is not really that brave. It's just me trying to survive. She's outside the situation, suffering, watching me suffer, having that distance between us, knowing that it could potentially take months or still years before we're together, knowing that we don't really control what will happen, and at this point anything can happen. She's choosing to believe that I'm going to be better. She's choosing to support me. She's choosing all these things, and the fact that she's choosing that makes her so much braver than me because it's a deliberate choice. She could eject at any second, and she's choosing not to. To me, that is true bravery. Just being stuck in a situation, making the most of it, yes, can be interpreted as brave. but it pales in comparison to being in that situation, to watch someone you love, the person you love the most in the world, suffer, knowing there's a possibility they could die, and choose to remain in that situation and to make the most of that situation and to always be there for that person and to support them. That, to me, is the bravest thing anyone can do. And it's for that reason that my wife is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, the bravest person that I have ever known, that I currently know, and I suspect that I will ever know. And, I know she watches all my videos, so I just want to say, even though it's in English and she speaks in Spanish, I just want to say thank you so much for being here for me. I know how difficult it is, and I know how painful it is at times, and I can't even imagine what you're going through, but I'm so incredibly grateful that you're sticking by my side, even when we go through very, very difficult times. And I want to thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to say that I love you so, so much. Thank you for being there. And I will always love you, always support you, no matter what happens. And while we're on this theme, I also want to take the time to thank every single person who watches, who likes, who comments, who shares, who, does anything related to the channel, or just, who follows my story. Anyone who interacts with me in any way, even though I know for the last couple weeks, I just haven't had the energy to read or respond to comments, and I'm not as interactive as I used to be, and I'm sorry about that. But I just want to reiterate how grateful I am for each and every one of you, because honestly, yes, my wife is the most important thing. She's the bravest person. She is my cure. She's my everything. But all the other people around me are also equally important, such as my friends and my family and my YouTube family, everyone who watches and comments and everything. And I'm so grateful for that. And, even though the channel is growing and with time, it's going to become more difficult to read the comments and respond to it. And right now, I just don't have the energy to do that at all. I am always going to do my best to let you know how grateful I am for you and how appreciative I am for everything you do. All the comments, all the kind words, everything. I appreciate it so much, and I will continue to appreciate it no matter what happens. So thank you very much. I encourage you to continue watching and commenting and, having conversations in the comments, interacting with each other. I've been kind of playing with a few ideas lately to potentially make up for the fact that I'm not really able to respond to comments. Haven't really landed on anything specific, so I don't want to announce anything. But there are a few things working in the background that I think might be able to compensate for that and relieve some of the pressure on my end of having to try to read and respond to all the comments. So I'll announce that whenever, I've worked all that out and everything becomes official. So stay tuned for that at some point in the next couple days, couple weeks. And I just want to say once again to everyone, whether it's my wife, whether it's, my family, whether it's my friends, whether it's my YouTube family, basically anyone who I interact with, I am incredibly grateful for you. Thank you very much for being here. And I hope that me sharing my story can bring value to your life in some way or another. So thank you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.